Okay, part 3 for April 7th. Lacrimosa, an amazing, generous little dono here. A little my ass. The name of the track is Propagandhi. The name of the band is Propagandhi. The name of the track is supporting, I'm going to say Caste or Caste. But we're doing this. And thank you so much, Lacrimosa, like usual, for your ginormous, wonderfully generous cup of coffee. Coffee machine. Coffee farm at this rate. Here we go. I love the dancing around with the ride cymbals. So delicate, the dynamics on the rides, yeah? I love those ninths. Oof.
When the credits finally roll on this door, worst story ever, told no bother, sifting through the names, feels already one you know, unless they were by chance a shepherd king, a virgin birth or resurrection, a messianic prince of some such childish thing. You can stop me and it's sweet. Move to block its theatrical release. But I think we can safely guarantee there will be no revisions to the script made on behalf of a supporting cast. Yes.
Jeez, these guys are grinding it. God, the stamina.
Cause history exalts only the pornography of force.
I love what that guitar's doing over there.
Murderers and psychopaths. The rest of us, of course, stricken from the narrative wholesale. A backdrop to them tell.
God, the drummer's blowing off all sweat glands, man. Same with that bass player.
As we, the two bits, are rushing on swiftly up the stage with jawbones of asses. No story couldn't call for the masses. No floral bouquet. No breaking of legs. No recurring role. No artistic control.
Very light-handed spaghetti western vibe with this, but
These days, it's terminal phase. It's all left to chance.
there was a little Simon and Garfunkel sprinkle in there.
If you cast on thin ice, you may as well dance.
God, I love these guitar sounds. They're not oversaturated. There's that drummer again with the dynamics on the rides. God, it's brilliant.
Do what you feel you must. But as for me, I was not. Put upon this
I wonder if it's one guitar player doing overdubs or if there's two in the band. Lacrimosa, how many guitar players are there?
Or sun.
that bass is so in the pocket. Oh, they leave us hanging there on that ninth. So when I say that, when it's leave us there hanging there like on the ninth, or in that ninth, is like it almost sounds like it like that chord needs to finish off, and we call that a resolve. So that da that's hanging out there, you want it to kind of close off. And I think that was the ninth on it. And so it leaves you kind of waiting, like never really getting the answer that you want. Now, I saw some people saying it kind of reminded them a little bit of Rise Against and stuff. And it definitely, for what little knowledge I have, I'm not definitely steeped in it, but that punk thrash, I also saw somebody else leave that. So I was trying to identify, what really denotes the punk of it. Is it is it just the double time aspect of it and the push of it? Because a lot of what was going on guitar-wise was tremendously progressive in its rhythm playing. I mean, the chord changes I already mentioned earlier, but I just didn't know exactly what. I'm still kind of on the fence. I know what punk is, and there's no two ways about it. It's just when it starts to cross over like this, I kind of felt like these guys really stood out on their own with the uniqueness of the chord changes that they were pulling off and stuff. Now, the vocalist was on fire. Everything pulled heavy from him. You could feel him in his performance. But if you say, I guess, Lacrimosa, if you're saying that there's two guitar players there, if that's the case, if this track was one of them, it sounded like whoever was on the right side, if maybe they assigned it, because sometimes that's how they'll do it, guitar one, guitar two. Unless sometimes, guitar one will do the overdubs and double up if guitar two is sick during the session or something. You never can't tell. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that go on. But it sounded like there was a little bit more lead work on turnarounds on this side. Was coming off of this pocket. But it was a great track, very energetic. How old is this band? Lacrimosa. This is when they moved a bit away. They got okay. So there is. That's the thing. That's where Lacrimosa. That's where I get a little. They started in the 80s. But when was this released? This was uploaded 8 years ago. But this was this released 8 years ago, or just recently uploaded? 2009. Okay. So that just about is pretty close to it. Yeah, it sounded like that's where I'm trying to pull from it. It sounds like they may have ventured into more of the progginess of being a little more melodic. I don't know if that's fair to say. I definitely, from what punk that I've ever heard, I've never necessarily heard a lot of ninths or seconds or fourths or unresolved chords in there that kind of give you that open, glassy vibe. So they were definitely pushing limits. Have they released any other albums after this? I'd be really interested to know. I'm going to have to look them up on Spotify. This was two albums. 2 albums since, or 2 albums since, 2 albums since this one? Excuse me. So it's a different wave. Oh, I see. SB, so when you're saying that, Failed States and Victory Lap, or those are the latest 2. When you say that, when you say third or fourth wave of punk sound, is that of their journey? Or is that where punk has moved from, the Kinks to where we are now? It's very interesting. For me, at least, it is. Oh, I see. There's been quite a few waves. Okay. Lacrimosa, thank you so much for having us listen to this. I really dug it, and I'm really, over the moon when you drop by and you hang out and with us and you talk and of course, your dono boost. All right, so let's continue on. Lacrimosa, thank you again. I really appreciate it. All right, DJ Tambor, are you in the house? Let's see there he is. DJ, this is for you. This is a game called, oh, this is funny. Does this have one to do with the other? The game is called YS8 Lacrimosa. Is there some kind of tie-in there going on there? Let me see. Lacrimosa of Dana. OST. What's a Y song? What does that mean? We'll stand by here. This is one of the first tracks you hear in the game when your character wakes up on the coast of an island, shipwrecked because he got attacked by an ancient giant octopus. He got attacked by the Kraken? Okay, well, here we go. DJ Tambor, thank you for that heads up on what this means. Let's do this. Everybody, DJ Tambor has taken us on another epic journey with one of his boosted donos here. Thank you so much, buddy. Let's go. Got the override of that synth pad on top of the guitars. Pretty profound. Funny enough, that lead, it sounds like it's more like a Keith synth lead. Almost like he's using a stock violin sound. Very melodic though. Especially with that piano in there, that's what cuts it in half. Oh, the drums. Nice little positive little chord change there, like, yay. Hate to take the mojo out of it and stop, but you know what? When these songs add these little pop chord changes in there, regardless of its power, you know, you've got the, you know, the people's elbow of the power chords that are sitting almost as equal, if not just slightly below these really steep, epic kind of rave style fire pads that are being played that kind of simulate kind of a distorted power chord. What I love about what's happening is that even though some of these chords are light and fluffy, they turn you around, make you go, oh, yes, I did start my hard drive. It makes you turn around and go, oh, that was a cute change. It's like the composer wants to reinforce that this is still, I don't know what's happening during the song. Apparently you said this is the opening theme, so maybe nothing's going on. Maybe it's titles or something, or maybe there's some more that goes on with this, or maybe it's part of a beginning, or it's introducing what will end up being the motif if it's the main melody. I just love how it keeps the authentic composure of being a banging track, even though you have these pretty chord changes on top of it. It's really tightened up. It's very music musubi, I like to call it, because musubi, I guess, means tightly wrapped, right? So this is music musubi. Haha, the next name for my podcast. Oh, that's not the motif? Okay. But I like this melody, it's beautiful. The bass is not really hot in the mix, but it holds that bottom so well. That's it! I was really getting into the track. I could have listened to at least another couple minutes of this without a doubt, even if it were to have repeated, because it just has power lift. I guess that would be the best way for me to put it. You know, like a full power lift kind of vibe. You know, and but for a lack of better words, I do like the campiness and the pop vibe of a couple of those chord changes. You can probably see it in my face. That's when I end up doing stuff like, oh yeah, that's what. Oh yeah. I think I do more reactions with my face than with my words half the time. I had somebody, I think I told you guys last week, somebody thought I was on crack because apparently my face was always twitching when I listen to music, but that's what happens. So, but there was still a very memorable melody, and DJ Tambor, you were saying that was not even any sense of the motif, so the leitmotiv. But still yet, that was a great listen, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I love that I have not gotten anywhere near trying to master that sound where you grunt, where you crunch over the top of, you know, power chords with a synth. You know, there's some benefits I can see to it, you know, helping you with the attacks if they're quantized on the synths. For those of you who are composers here, you know, if you get those stabs locked out at 128 velocity, you know, they can help emphasize crunches or power chord, you know, or even, you know, chugs if you're not good. I'm not that good of a guitar player, so sometimes I do lean on some of that help on, you know, the velocity setting of, like, let's say a really punchy, gritty, you know, epic kind of Euro rave style stab, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'd love to hear something else from this next time around with the motif. But thank you, DJ Tambor, always in here hanging out. One of my usual suspects, always enjoying and listening with you without a doubt. And thank you so much for that generous dono. Hot chicken. Oh, this is funny. Hot chick in a diaper. Holy smokes! What a name of a profile. Hot chick in a diaper. I don't know. That's kind of like, is that like Trembling Hills from old metal retired people in their 80s? I love that. I swear to God, that's the name. Hot chick in a diaper. That's just the best. Okay, well, your band is Trophy Scars. It's rock. And let's see what we got here. For Hot Chick in a Diaper. Because I'm going to be old man and it depends myself one day probably. This is Alchemists is the name of the track here. Thank you for the dono. I appreciate it. Are you even here? Not even here. They probably went off somewhere. Well, you guys know hot stripper in a diaper. That'll be me, right? Fucking Quado's having a field day, Jake, and Jesus Christ. That's hilarious, except I wouldn't consider myself as a hot stripper, but still, I got what you were saying. That's freaking hilarious. Good one. I'm fucking dying. I'm sorry. That was the best. All right, so here we go. Just remember, though, for everybody, you know where that VOD channel is on YouTube. You miss it there. If it doesn't get blocked, it sits there. It lives there. And if we miss it, we do have a super backup on a channel, a profile called Odyssey. I think it's Odyssey. It's just spelled differently. And they never block anything. So that's a super backup. And slowly but surely, we creep tracks up in there as well. So, all right, let's do this. This is for Hot Chick in a Diaper. I can't believe I'm saying that. Trophy Scars is the name of the band, and Alchemists is going to be the name of the track. So let's do this for Hot Chick in a Diaper. All right. God, I love the piano in this. That's really super clever to get one in there. love the way this guy's performing his vocals.
Write a love song again. Then again, I guess I'll never again. Well, too late. I gotta write about what I don't write about. It's just like me to let me destroy myself. Not fair.
The intensity of the performance of the vocals, though completely different, reminds me of the authenticity that artist Ren does when he performs. Like you feel it, you know? And this guy has a little bit of that Kurt Cobain rawness to him. I know that snare, right?
Come on, kids, and clap your hands. Come on, Liz, just one last dance, please.
Boy, they're letting that piano really live in the mix. There's two leads going on back there, or they're doubling, but kind of drifting in and out. I love that. There is a bass back there, but it's really tucked in the mix. I'm going to take a wild guess. And the song probably represents something for whoever wrote it. Maybe it was the singer pulling some heaviness from his youth, perhaps. I'm just taking a wild guess just because of how he's ending it with the kids laughing and playing and stuff, but yet the darkness and the heaviness of everything that I just heard sounds like there could be this kind of thing that would pulling from, you know, some pain from youth. And I think we all got a little pain from the youth. Like I said, there was, you know, after Lacrimosa was mentioned the snare, I put some headspace into hearing it, and it was really tucked. As a matter of fact, the hi-hats got a little more love than the snare. The snare did have this weird little kind of vibe to it. You know, it definitely wasn't the over-under as far as the mix and keeping it in your face. But I did love the piano through the whole track. Even when the performer was in its full metal, you know, grind with his vocals and stuff, that piano was still really paramount, even with all the darkness, you know, of the guitars and everything happening in the background, you know. But it was a very dark, heavy kind of melody and stuff, you know, unraveling kind of a heavy story, you know, so something like that. But yeah, that's first time I've ever heard of the band. What it's called again? Trophy Scars. Wonder how many albums they've released. Yeah, that was really super sick listen. I dug that. Thank you so much. What do I got next? Judgment Kazi, of course. We're staying heavy into the. Now, look, guys, listen. I got to tell you something. You know, the here at the on the stream, and I love every bit of it. I'm not gonna, you know. Don't wait. Don't put the video on the stream. I'm worried the visual could potentially get you a Twitch strike. Uh-oh. Just play the audio and tank the visual. Really? Exactly. What are you going to have me do? We've been doing a lot of bands and stuff, so which means that we have a higher block rate when I put these up on YouTube. So I just, you know, want to let you know, which is fine. This is for whatever music we want, but the more bands we do, the more blocks I've been getting. So if it takes a minute, if you haven't caught it, you want to see it again or something before we get it on Odyssey, I just wanted to let you know that's kind of what it's been. Just don't change the scene. Okay, well, let me see what I can do. I think we'll do this. I have no idea. I'll figure this out. This is coming in from Judgment Kazi. I don't know what the name of the band is because it looks Japanese calligraphy. It's metal, and it's called Rock and Roll Chainsaw. Okay, I can only imagine. What can I do here? Since everybody enjoyed the maximum of the Hormone track last time, I figured, okay. This time I sent you with a song title and president. And oh, don't put the video on stream. I don't want you banned. You're the best. Thank you so much for the heads up. Okay, stand by. I'm going to do this then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video. I'm going to listen to it, but I'm just going to put it on my all-room cameras. This one right here. So, I have been requested to not show this video on my stream for fear of perhaps I might get a Twitch notification. So, I will pretend also not to look at the video. No. But Judgment Kazi, bringing it in hot like you do. I don't know, guys. Should I be, like, scared? Very scared? Let's do this. All right. Bruh.
I don't wanna ask you one clip, but more lap. To make love to me, started, I ain't gonna get. Bucket out, I gonna flash down and you fuck fits. Now we don't get on a chance, so. Now we don't get on a chance, so. Now we don't get on a chance, so. Now we don't get on a chance, so.
Are they even singing the language? It's Japanese? No. Bass sounds fantastic. That kid's pretty compressed. In between Sicketh and like a little bit of Green Day. Fucking brilliant. Full Metal ska. Man, these change-ups are insane. Hey, Alan, what's up? This track, not only was this track just absolutely crazy, the way they shifted in and out of genres seamlessly was phenomenal. I mean, the core of it was very punky on a lot of things, you know, even when they went into the ska, it was a ska punk kind of vibe. But yes, this is Primus on steroids, you know, and then that one section when the bass came in, like overloaded, you know, the meter. That was just insane. There was such great production dynamics in this. And I don't know, there was part of it that was kind of like it sounded like it was like they were mocking a language. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it sounded like that to me. And no offense to the language. It just sounded maybe they were having some fun, you know, doing that as part of the gitchiness of the track. But apparently this was released, this is called, I guess the band's name is Paused Maximum the Hormone? Or is it Maximum the Hormone is the name of the band? I don't know. Is that what it is? I couldn't tell. Oh, man. It's just been just insane. Just insane. This was such a great track, man. I loved it. All right, let me check this out. Let me see what I got going on here. Let me just do this. Hey, Rat Gaming 15, how are you? What am I reading here? Wrestling clips on YouTube and Pig Out. Oh, boy. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, let me get back into standby. I want to get back into the gig here. Let me see what this is. Next up is AA batteries. I got AA batteries, Oranai, chaotic board, toasted waffles on the fly. So AA batteries, you know, he's going to come in hot. And if I'm going to get in trouble for that picture, it's over. I'm done. Entire chat coming out to Hawaii. We all sit down and just chill out on the couch, eat poi, sardines, tomatoes, watch wrestling, chill out, talk story, and just work life out. All right. Okay, here we go. This is called Ever Forthright. It's metal. The name of the band is... Let's see. Lost in... Oh, no. The name of the band is Ever Forthright. The name of the track is Lost in Our Escape. All right. I know I'm always in for one. Every time you do this to me, AA, and I never know what I'm going to get. Life's like a box of music. You never know what you're going to get. Well, let's go. Sorry. I don't know, Park Pal. I might just actually get to you tonight. Rock band on a roof. Jesus. Oh, that image guitar vibrato going on back there. That was kind of quirky. Dare I say a little North Lane? Ooh, they throw in a little bit of key dust in there. Ooh. Breakdown, let's go. Hey, Buckhead, thanks. That guitar pattern in the back is so viciously wrong, but so right. That sequence. There's something a little sus about those background vocals being performed, harmonized. Not a bad thing, I'm just saying. Boy, that synth sequence is throwing me in a great way. I'm just going, wow. That was nice. Bands like this always like to mess around with the ninths. It was the 13th in there. You hear that little sequence? Great video too. A lot of work going in the video. This guy has fire voice. Ooh, I love that chord change. That was a fade pull on his vocal. And he smokes? That hurts to see. I mean, I'm not going to preach about the smoking. I just can't imagine. That guitar tone is so drop ugly. That's a new tuning, drop ugly. Just a great track. You know, the thing, as you may have been saying, double A, oops, that's a crappy stop point. Stand by. Let me find something else here. There we go. How about that one? No. How about that one? No. How about this one? How about this? How about, okay, right there. You know, when you say that they have jazz backgrounds or have that kind of, you know, they bring that into that. I mean, these bands like Ginger and so many other bands, Architects and stuff like that are so progressive through their experience as jazz musicians and stuff, which makes it unique. But at certain points, I have to kind of lean into, you know, this is like, it's like Michelin star listening at a certain point. where so many of these nuances will kind of, well, as looking at a picture that a painter might say, here's the picture, this is what it looks like, and most of us commoners like myself will sit back and look at that picture and go, that's really pretty. But for those that are that detailed, and it'll get a little closer to the picture, and you start seeing the different kinds of strokes and so many different things that went into what us normal people would look at and say, Jesus, what a track, or what a painting. But when I get into my unnormal brain cells, which is me listening to this as a composer, and I'm peeling it back, I'm going, my God, it's so poetic. And I'm going to say this, it's so poetic for a sense of overproduction. Am I saying that right? I don't, you know me, I never say anything about anything, but sometimes I go, my God, the guys managed to squeeze everything they can out of that. Still made it work without a doubt. But this is where you just have to sit there and you got to strap in to the seat and just go, all right, here we go. Figure this out. When I did say the background vocals were a little sus, once again, so this is not a ding whatsoever, because these guys frickin' shred in their performance as artists, as musicians, the vocalists as well. Everything about what he's doing was authentic. However, there are new tools out right now. I just bought something for vocals where I could sing into, the sampler. And if I was to sing, da 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 da, do da do da do da da, and that's the pattern on that note, I can authentically play a chord out of that, and it would reproduce that in a complete harmonic pattern, in its harmonics, in its voicings, even within chord changes. And sometimes I kind of listened to some of these backgrounds, and it was like, I wonder if they utilize that technique, because there's some cutoffs of that sound a little like, it's not a bad thing. It's just like where production is going. How do we use things to excite or agitate or change up the sounds, for the listener? It's just like when an incredible top shelf singer still uses the auto-tune plugin, not for the tuning aspect, but for that unique little texture of, hard stops and starts and stuff like that,